Shalom. First and foremost, on your praises to our Paul, Yahweh, Washem, Yahushai, Washem, Kodesh, Kol, Halalam, Yahweh, Washem, Yahushai, Washem, Kodesh. That's in the ancient Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, with the world ignorantly called Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in Hebrew is Yahushai, with the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all our brothers and they are pushing the sword in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. Brother Zach from Camp James, Jamaica, and just listen. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to title it as yet, but with a whole showdown with what took place with IUIC in Kenya, and the brother he posted this. I think it was before, definitely before, or maybe within a time frame. Let's play this video real quick. There we go. So I'm gonna play it to them actually.
My power is stronger than any other in existence. In the face of my might, all other powers pale in comparison. They are nothing more than dust in the wind. Komugi, that female, is no different. I can render her a pile of flesh with the slightest touch. So her life is subject to my will. If I but change my mind, I can crush her immediately. I've had my fun. She's worthless to me. Let's kill her right now! Why didn't you call for help? There's blood all over you! Damn, I don't believe it! She's such a fragile creature!
I didn't want to bother them.
But you wouldn't have bothered anyone at all. What? You are a guest of the king. What am I saying? I came here to kill her, didn't I? Why do you cry? Why couldn't I do it?
I'm sorry, I didn't know there had been this night to me before.
What is this creature? My power is stronger than any other in existence. In the face... In the face...
That one should be...
Please, just wait a while.
Are you kidding? Why the hell did I wait for you? Get up! We're going outside!
Gon needed an outlet for his rage, but with Pito being so unexpectedly submissive, he had none. Meanwhile, Kilo was starting to understand what was going on.
Yeah, as they say, he basically had rage. But with the person being so submissive, he had none. And the brother asked the question, what was the first precept that came to mind? Which he was looking for this. Proverbs chapter 15 and 1 says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up hunger. Yeah. So we have to know how to deal out there, yeah. Especially let's get this as well. Especially where is it? And the man in Ghana Eden land. Easy, man. But even when they're around Jake or anybody in general, if you know if deal wisely, serious walk in the spirit. I think at 13 and 4 or 9, one of them. Alright, so okay. Alright, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 9 verse 13. It says, keep thee far from the man that had power to kill, and that's what those officers had the power to kill. It says, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death, and if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. And that's as clear and to the point here, how to deal. Words of wisdom is I'm gonna go to Proverbs 6, because knowing these precepts here, but it's all about the application as well. Right? Give me a second. Alright, I'm gonna just use this. Proverbs 1:1 says the Proverbs of Solomon, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, so the young man knowledge and discretion. And discretion is something highly locked, or missing in this age. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and to an interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. Alright, now the main point is verse 4, Right, we basically get discretion. And what is discretion? See, we can just pull it up from Miriam. Alright, the point of number 2 shows more the perception one carried from. Definition 2 is the quality of having or showing discernment or good judgment, the quality of being discreet, circumspection, and the scripture literally tells us to be circumspect as well. Let's see if we can get that. Ephesians 5 verse 14 says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead state of mind, walking away from wisdom, wise counsels, is written, he that wandereth at the way understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. It says, and Yahweh shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So circumspect was supposed to be walking in this life here, right? Being aware of our surrounding, what take place. It says, being aware for situations as well, knowing when we are basically overpowered or numbered, behind enemy's line. And if you're behind enemy's line, how you're supposed to deal. As I have this account here, I just want to read real quick. With David. This is King David in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 21 and start at 10. It says, and David arose and fled that day for fear of Saul, and went to Achish, the king of Gath. Alright, and this is David, No situation him basically Saul want to kill him. Kind of most put an evil spirit upon Saul, and David attack himself. Verse 11. And more than one time, David had the power or the what you call it now. Him get the upper hand to slay King Saul when him say touch not the Lord's anointing. Humility. Verse 11, it says, And the servant of Achish said unto him, Is not this David the king of the land? Did they not sing one to another of him in dances, saying, Saul had slain his thousands, and David his ten thousands? And David laid up these words in his heart, and was sore afraid of Achish the king of Gath. And he changed his behavior before them, and feigned himself mad in their hands, and scrambled on the doors of the gate, and let his spittle fall down upon his beard. Then said Achish unto his servants, Lo, ye see the man is mad. Wherefore then have he brought him to me? Have I need of madmen, that he have brought this fellow to play the madman in my presence? Shall this fellow come into my house? Yeah. So this is David, quickly understanding his situation, right, and being circumspect. He basically just flip this, alright, nobody else is telling us, so go and boom. Right? The scripture also says, this when we go to Romans, because these were written in vain, yeah? These accounts were written in vain. Romans 15 verse 4, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So all of this here, all of the accounts we have to make we know how to deal in these last times. So now go back to Ephesians 5 and 15. It says, See then that you walk circumspectly, being aware of surrounding, and at times you have to alter with self, towards your surrounding, knowing that, hey, be an enemy's line, hey, it's not wise to do this, so, when to speak, what to speak, how to say it, to whom. That is wisdom. He says, See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So in evil time, so we have to know how to deal and use wisdom. It says, Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be ye filled with the Spirit. What is the Spirit? The Word. St. John 6 verse 63. That's what we're supposed to be using to maneuver in these days here. Alright. Let's get. So when I go back to the definition here, it says the quality of having or showing discernment or good judgment, the quality of being discreet, circumspection. And see if we can pull up discernment. It says discernment, the quality of being able to comprehend what is obscure, skill in discerning. Example, you displayed a lack of discernment in selecting suitable job candidates. IUIC displayed a lack of discernment in not, basically complying with the police and going over there in enemy's land. In the first place, go them and set up shop. Alright? So if we know what we do, and that come with even humility, know when to speak, who to speak, how to comply. Yeah, how should I tell us blunt? I want to go to Matthew. So okay, Matthew, I think of 5 and 25. Yep, 5 verse 25. It says, agree with thine adversary quickly, yo, no come off fire road. Lift up. Yes, officer. Big up yourself. You know, some nigga believe, oh, you're coward. Yeah, man, you're coward. You see, man, them have a rifle. I'm going to block you with. You sign them, block you bullet them with the sign. Sure. You go down the road, go prophesy. It says, agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. You basically a tear gas. You could have go worse, you could have line them up with some bullet. For know where they are. And use humility, on a key thing. A lot of people lack humility. There's no one fit the low, yeah. Oh, we don't want to take the low people. I think me a weak heart. Alright then, you know, bad man, go on. Galatians. Let's see if we can get it this way. Colossians. This is Colossians chapter 4 and 5. It says, walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that he may know how he ought to answer every man. You know, because you don't know, you're not going to deal with everybody the same way. Right? You may be in one area of prophecy, you recognize some Jake will come up to you. You see me? Them a Jake look like some bunch of criminals. You know, you deal with them like criminals, right? You may be they run some place and recognize you, they run some well, we don't really experience this still, but for brothers, you know, in enemies land, some crackers, you know, or some rednecks, you deal with them accordingly, you know, in their own, you know, in a public space or whatever, you deal with people accordingly. The police come up, you deal with them accordingly, right? And now choose your locations them as well wisely. Right? Choose a battleground here, so to speak, or go for prophesy. That's a part of it as well. You know, so that's a list still. What we said the fanti like out there, giving our praise to our boy, how about Shem Shai, about Shem Kakadash, the abundance unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the full leg. Shalom.